Good morning. I'm Larry Cohen from the hollows of upstate New York. I've just read an article by Jane Mayer in this current New Yorker magazine. At least it's the current one that I have. And the article that I like to bring to everyone's attention, it may be available online. It's called The Man Behind the Dossier, and by Jane Mayer. I hope you can see it here. And there's an interesting drawing here. Now you'll probably wonder why I'm dressed this way. Well, if I were one of the cleaners that had to clean up Pee-Pee Boy's room in Moscow in his hotel, I'd want to be dressed something like this. I'd want to have protective eye gear for sure, rain gear for sure, and everything else that would be necessary to clean up that sick puppy's bedroom. It's unbelievable that here we have a man who's president of the United States, who's definitely got something wrong in the supratentorium area of his brain, or what's left of it. This man is not capable to, in my view, to behave in a way, has not behaved in a way that would allow him to become president of the United States. Now, possibly America did not know about this this article and this dossier, but I think a lot of America did, and they just threw it out and didn't believe it to be true. I believe it to be true, because a guy who gets involved with porn stars, a guy who gets involved with all kinds of whose salacious remarks about women and the Access Hollywood tape. And people still voted for this guy. All you Christian evangelicals down south, you voted for this guy and you still back him. It's absolutely insane. And I hope the people that watch this, not just those in the North. The North generally, I think the fact that we were fooled, I wasn't fooled. I say we as the collective United States were fooled enough to put this man in office. Fearless leader Donald Trump is absolutely a reflection upon us as Americans, how poor our thinking is. And it's just a disgrace what goes on in Washington, what went on in Washington, what continues to go on in Washington. As a side issue, by the way, in today's news, we learned that Andy McCabe was fired literally hours, 28 hours before he was ready to retire, so he wouldn't get his full pension. I always thought only General Electric, GE, did that to their people. Work 28 years and fire them so they couldn't get their correct pension at 30 years. No, and how an elected official, the President of the United States, can go after a civil servant the court should intervene on this. This should not be allowed. This is not acceptable. If he can go after this McCabe, he could go after anyone working in the federal government at any level. And this has got to stop. So please, if you have a congressman you trust, which is unlikely, or a senator whom you may trust, which is also unlikely, at least send them a letter, call them, contact them, express your concerns. Call your TV station, write your newspaper, and let's get going here. We have elections coming up. Let's make some changes. Anyway, sorry for all my diatribe, and forgive me for that. I want to thank you all very much for watching.